hearing great things about you. And earlier we talked about social media. And the first question is, what are you doing social media-wise to tap into the technology we have today to move this foundation forward? Because you're the brains behind the social media. So you have to give us a 411.
You know, I think if the nonprofit sector doesn't get on board with the technology, and I tend to be a little bit of an early adapter, so it probably drives a lot of people crazy, because if it's new, it's shiny, it's bright, I like to try it out. I'm always on the beta test for a lot of these different products, but I think it keeps our organization really at the forefront of people's thoughts. Because it used to be that it was about 8 different times you would have to see a brand before you recognized that brand. Now it's 68 impressions. So it's gone tremendously high, and that's because we're inundated. I mean, our minds have now learned how to tune out certain things as you're scrolling through your news feed. So advertisers are constantly trying to get through the noise and to be heard. And when you have a cause as important as solving homelessness, or at least solving homelessness for a good majority, to really afford them a new life, that all of a sudden becomes really a challenge that we have to take on. Right. We have to do this. And I think that reaching people on the social medium is really where we could have those conversations, because before it was a one-sided conversation, but now it's a give and take, right? So we enjoy that.
Now, I was told that the percentage of homelessness has increased in the Valley. What do you think is the reason for that? Are there statistics that you found out when you were researching, elements you can point to and share with us?
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of different reasons, of course, that lead somebody to experience homelessness. I think the most staggering statistics for me is the increase amongst 18 to 24-year-olds. So we saw a decrease in 14 to 18-year-olds, but we saw an increase of even greater than for that 18 to 24 TAY youth. A lot of these youth are aging out of the foster system. And so they're entering adulthood with nobody that's going to call them their son, their daughter. Nobody to call them a niece or a nephew. And so that's been really staggering. The other group is your 65 plus. And so we're seeing a lot in the Valley, an increase in senior citizen homelessness. And that to me is concerning. Right. Because it's hard to look at the individuals coming in and not thinking, what if that was my mom? What if that was my dad? And I think our staff really, they feel that same way. And so we're going to treat everybody with dignity and respect and really just kind of provide them with those wraparound services. But I think in the Valley, what we are now feeling is that crunch from the overdevelopment of downtown, where Skid Row used to be. Skid Row's getting smaller and smaller as we know it, as we used to know it. Big money developments are coming in. The LA Games are making a bid for the Olympics. And so I understand the economic reasons on why they'd want to clean up the downtown. But just because you're cleaning up downtown doesn't mean you're ending homelessness. They have to go somewhere. And so I believe that South LA has seen an increase. The San Fernando Valley has seen an increase. And I think those statistics are only going to continue to increase until LA stands up and realizes that housing first works, and we need housing. But we definitely need those emergency shelters. We need that one place to rescue people literally off the streets. And for a lot of them, it's just been a day, maybe 2 days on the streets, where we could actually meet them at their time of need, provide wraparound services, and then usher them into housing that will be supportive for them. Yeah.
Well, I know tonight is a fantastic night. And what are you hoping to accomplish tonight with this fabulous fundraiser that you're doing?
I mean, this is, before I actually started working with Hope of the Valley, I ran a professional LORT theater company up in the San Francisco Bay Area. And so I always like to think, it allows me one night to step back into that producer role, right? The arts have always told the history. They've always allowed people to continue a conversation that might have started hundreds of years ago, and it keeps it relevant and it keeps it current. It really tells the story of our humankind. And so tonight, to have this wonderful talent, and any one of them probably could have sold out a show. But if we put them all together, I mean, this really makes it pretty phenomenal. And when I was driving down Lankershim Boulevard here in the NoHo Arts District, and I looked up at the marquee, it was almost like, somebody please pinch me. We are 3-4 days away from the Tony Awards, and a lot of these actors and actresses, they're giving of their time. Not one of them have asked for any sort of compensation because they believe in what we're trying to do, because it's not what we're trying to do. It's what all of you are trying to do, which is to provide resources so we can effectively end people's homelessness. So I tip my hat to them. I wish I had a voice like they had. I mean, it's just incredible. I think we're really in for a great treat tonight. And I hope more than anything that those who hear about what we're doing here tonight and the generosity of these Broadway stars, I hope that the homeless know that they're not alone.
Excellent.
People care.
Wait, social media footprint before we let you go.
Please.
Instagram, Twitter, and all the things we need to know.
We can always be found at Hope of the Valley. All of our hashtag and hashtag. The one for tonight really is I am Hope, and we're going to be releasing a video here tonight. Actually, at tonight's performance, a special message from all of our performers tonight, and we really hope to get that word out. Hashtag I am Hope, and we want to hear from all of you what that means, what hope means to you. Okay?
Great.
Thanks.
Well, thank you so much. We're excited to be here, and thank you for all the good work. Thank you so much.